Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ann Cartini. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you guys how I like to make my vegan cauliflower pizza crust and the toppings, of course. Yesterday I went to farmer's market and I got some organic tomatoes and some basil. I'm going to turn this around and show you all the ingredients on the counter. So for the pizza crust, I decided instead of getting a head of cauliflower, which you guys can totally do, it's just really convenient. They sell this organic rice cauliflower at Costco and it already comes riced for you. You can either heat it up in the bags that they have here, which makes it really convenient. I can get one out for you. You can get the idea. So they come individually wrapped, and I just figured with, for busy people, this is super convenient. Or you can always use a head of cauliflower, rice it in a food processor, and steam it later. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and steam these later for the crust. Moreover, just to help bind everything together, I use a tablespoon and a half of flax seeds. It's actually flaxseed meal. Again, I got from Trader Joe's, and later I'm going to mix that with 4 tablespoons of water, and you let that set, and that's going to act kind of like flaxseed eggs, just like that sticky consistency that helps to bind everything together. Here I have this is arrowroot, which I got from a bulk store, Winco. You could probably find it from Whole Foods if you have that in your area. Let's see. So this is a heaping 1 tablespoon here. And then for cheese substitute, I use 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. It has that cheesy flavor, but for vegans, this is a good alternative. And this to help prevent the crust from sticking to the pan later, the parchment paper, I have some cornmeal, which is going to go on the bottom, so when you cut and slice the pizza, it doesn't stick to your pan. For the toppings, this is the organic basil that I got from farmer's market yesterday, as well as these tomatoes that I got from farmer's market. I have some organic mushrooms, and yesterday I made this pesto sauce. You can always buy it store-bought, or you can make your own. I can show you guys how I make it in a following video. I'm also going to use for the crust, so these are going to be my toppings right here. The pesto will be my base, and then I'm going to cut these up and put them in my on my pizza. In my crust, I'm going to put about a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and then about a teaspoon of garlic powder, just for some flavor. So I will go ahead and once I steam this, I'll show you how I mix everything together. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've steamed the riced cauliflower. That's approximately a head of cauliflower. Here I have my flaxseed eggs, which is a substitute for eggs. Again, I just used a tablespoon and a half of flaxseed meal with 4 tablespoons of water, and I just let that sit for at least 5 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and start mixing all of these ingredients together. Here I have my cornmeal already sprinkled on my pizza pan so that it doesn't stick later when I have to cut it. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix these ingredients together. I have my about 1 head cauliflower riced, already steamed. I took out the excess moisture by taking a paper towel and blotting it. I know it sounds weird, but it works really well. A fast way to do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and mix in my flaxseed meal eggs. That's the vegan substitute for eggs. The consistency is very similar when you add the water and let it sit for at least 5 minutes. I have my heaping tablespoon of arrowroot flour, and that's just gonna also help bind the dough together. I have my the nutritional yeast, which is a good cheese substitute, and I mix it in like that. I'm also gonna put approximately a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I just kind of eyeball it. You can always taste this because it doesn't have any raw eggs or anything that would be harmful if you wanted to taste, just to see if you could add anything else. And then I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use fresh too if you'd like. I'm just gonna mix it together. It smells really good. I forgot to tell you guys that I've also preheated the oven at 375 degrees. So while that was going, I'm mixing this, and then you want to bake this for about 45 minutes and then take it out, and then usually the crust browns first, so you want to be careful. But then I'll put my toppings over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my cornmeal drizzled pizza tray here. There's the oven, it's ready. Okay. So here I'm just gonna flatten it with my spoon. So yeah, the flax meal and that arrowroot is really helping to bind everything together here. Otherwise it would just crumble. And I'm going to try to make the edges a little bit thicker, just so that my when I put the pesto on, it doesn't want to fall off the sides. So I kind of want to get the sides a little bit higher if possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven for about 45 minutes. I'll monitor it halfway through, and then maybe about 5 to 10 minutes before it's supposed to be done. So I took the crust out from the oven. It baked for about 45 minutes. I did say, I caught myself when I was spreading out the cauliflower, I said to make the crust 1 inch. I apologize, I meant ½ an inch. An inch is way too thick. So it's so again, it's been cooking for about 45 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and use the pesto that I made yesterday, or you can use store-bought pesto. Either way is fine. I just decided to make my own pesto. So I'm just gonna, you don't wanna use too much, otherwise it's gonna cause your crust to become soggy. So you wanna go on the lighter side. And so I'm just gonna spread, and watch out, your pan's gonna be hot. So you don't wanna burn yourself while you're doing this.
A few moments later.
Toppings, I have mushrooms, farmer's market tomatoes, some basil, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it on like that. And you don't have to use these, you can use whatever you'd like, but just keep in mind for onions or bell peppers, you might want to saute those in the pan first, otherwise they take a while to cook. So I'm gonna sprinkle on some of these grape tomatoes. They're so good. I want to put so much on there, but I realize if I put too much, it's just gonna be soggy later, so that should be good. And some basil on top. And I have some nutritional yeast here. You can use it, you don't have to, but I like to because I like that cheesy flavor that the nutritional yeast gives. And I'll be putting this in the oven for about 10 more minutes, or you can check it as desired. You don't want to have anything burn. So let's pop this in and then we'll take it out and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, so I've taken the pizza out after about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and slice it into 4 large pieces. All right. I would recommend that you eat this with a fork because it is a little crumbly. All right, there you have it, guys. Vegan cauliflower pizza, really easy, minimal ingredients. If you liked the video, feel free to push that like button, subscribe to my channel. I will be coming out with more easy vegan recipes that are healthy for you. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!